Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Joanne Interiors. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking and sharing my videos. So this time guys, I'm back with a video that will teach you something. Remember I told you in my videos and in my stories, I'm sharing, most of them are life experiences, lessons I have learned the hard way, and I don't want you to learn through your mistakes. I want you to learn from mistakes that I made. Yes, at least in different situations, make use of my lessons. Thank you so much for tuning in. So without further ado, I'll be telling you what transpired. Hello guys, I'm back. So this is the story, and this is something that I went through. And ladies, like I've been telling you, and also guys, if you're listening or you're watching and you're a guy, you also have a sister or a cousin or a daughter. This is just to enlighten you. Yeah, because in my coming up, I had so many challenges, and I had so many lessons also to learn. And some of these, I'm sharing them so that you are able to learn something. Maybe you're a business lady. There are some things I need you to learn that I have gone through in my past 8 years of transacting business. Yeah, so this particular one, this client wanted to harass me. Yes, and I think because of the fact that I'm prayerful and the fact that I'm also wise, it did not work. So I'm about to tell you how it all started and why it did not go according to how he wanted it. Yeah. So now, guys, this is what happened. So this client came by our shops, one of our shops, and we attended to him nicely, and he gave us business. So when he gave us business, it was in a certain town in Kenya. I don't want to mention which one. So remember I told you I'm an interior designer. So we work on mansions, we work on bungalows, we work on even rental houses. Yeah, like you're there, maybe you live in a rental house. Don't despise that place. You can make that place your small, beautiful house. You know, even if it's a bed sitter, even if it's a one bedroom, even if it's a two bedroom, you can work on that space and make it very beautiful, so that even as you live there, even as you aspire to have your own home, at least you will have an idea of, I have lived in a better place before, so I can make my new home a much better place. You understand? So so this is it. So this client comes, and we work on him, and in the process of working for him, he kept calling on me so that we go out on a date, so that we meet up, and I don't mix business with pleasure. Yeah, so with this particular client, I was strict because, okay, even with other clients I am, but this one was really stubborn. Yeah, he kept insisting, we need to catch up, we need to meet, to what, such stuff. And remember when working, personally, I like sticking to principles of my work. Yes, there are work ethics for my business, so I like maintaining that. So so when you are still in the process of working for him, like I told you, he kept nagging, and it was all over the place, like he kept disturbing me, and he couldn't give me peace. And I kept telling him, we are working, kindly let us deal with one thing at a time. So once we finished working on the project, we were doing it was a mansion. We were doing curtains and rods and curtain rods. So it was quite a big contract, because it was an 8-bedroom house. Yeah, so this is what happened. So on the day that we are going to fit, remember, I have my stuff organized and we have to do this work today and finish it so that we go back to Nairobi. So on that same day, about he kept calling me, and he would tell me, today you have to spend here. I know you can't finish that work. Yeah, so don't give yourself any pressure. You just be comfortable, and I'll give you somewhere to sleep. So and I was like, you don't worry, I'll keep updating you on the progress. So we carried on, and at about 4 p.m., we are almost done. We are left with like 1 hour. I could estimate how much time it would take for us to finish that project. So by 4 p.m., I could already see we have about an hour to go so that we finish. So I called him. I told him, we are about to finish, and we'll finish and go back to Nairobi. Yeah, so the place is there in Rift Valley. Yeah. So when we were about to finish, the all of a sudden there was power blackout. After he hung up, like, and I told him we are about to finish. I don't know what happened, um, but all of a sudden there was power blackout. So guys, remember, we can't work without power because it's already dark. Yeah, to put on cutting rods, we need to drill, and we need light also to see what you're doing, because this is something that we do with measurements. So now about 20 minutes from when I disconnected my call, there was power blackout. So I called him a bit frustrated, and I told him there's power blackout, and we were about to finish. So maybe probably there's something you could do about a generator or something in the nearby. And he was like, no, unfortunately, I cannot help. So now I'm here thinking, what do we do? So I went back to the drawing board. And because we had already done the bigger parts, I sat down my staff and I showed them what they were about, they were supposed to do on completion. Because personally, I would not have spent the night. I don't want to meet up with this person, so I couldn't have spent a night. So I showed them what they were supposed to do, and we agreed they were going to spend the night. So they finished the work, and then I will pay for them some accommodation somewhere in the town, yeah, so that they could go spend their night. So that was what we agreed. And I remember I called the guy, and I told him we are about to finish. And because we were about to finish, and because there's power blackout and we can't proceed, I'll be leaving back for Nairobi, and I'll leave my staff to proceed with the work, and they'll do a good job because I've been supervising them, and we are good to go. And we had only few windows left. Guys, this guy got mad. He got mad. He said, he was like, no, you cannot leave them. You cannot leave them. You have to stay there and make sure everything is okay. Hey, so it became a bit hard, because remember, I cannot spend, because this is a plan. He has a plan against me, so I cannot spend. So so he wasn't happy with my idea, and he told me, you know what, even if you go back to Nairobi, remember, I will not pay you for all that work you have done. I won't pay you. And I was like, okay, so I've done so much work, and I won't get paid. But still, I cannot compromise money and myself. So I chose myself over the money. Yeah, so I remember I left the place, and I left my staff to continue working and make sure everything was done in perfection. And I left. So I went to the same nearby place. I rented out a place, and I spent my night there. So all this time we're in communication with my staff, and they're updating me on what they are doing, because now barely 2 hours after I left, the lights were back. So this was a plan. to sabotage. Yes, this was a plan, so that I spend the night, so that whatever he thought would happen, he would make it happen. But who is God? I rose up to my toes, and I thought I thought it strategically, and I planned it. Yeah, so I went rented a place and slept. And in the morning, okay, in the night, my staff communicated and they told me they were done. So I directed them where they were supposed to go and spend their night. And then in the morning when I woke up, now I'm leaving the place where I spent the night. So I went back to the site, and I went with my staff. So we made sure everything was okay, and then I called him. So on calling him, he told me, I told him we are done with work and everything is in good condition. Something I missed telling you, he also had somebody on ground who was updating him. Yeah. So at this point, he had already told him that I left, and now I am back. So he was like, so you want to tell me you spent the night here? Like, you want to tell me seriously you spent the night here? So the guy was shocked. Like, how could I even spend a night without even telling him? And the plan he had, all the plans he had failed. So now he's getting back to me, and he's like, why I spent the night elsewhere? Why didn't I tell him I was spending? You see, all kind of these things. So I was like, when you said you won't pay me, I decided to spend the night elsewhere, and yeah, and make my staff aware that I'll be staying, so that the project ends well. And he was really mad. He was so mad at me, and he told me, you know what, because of what you have actually done, even if you stayed, I will not pay you. I'll still not pay you for that work. Because you lied to me. You spent the night in this town, and you didn't even tell me. Yeah, and I really had good plans for us. And I was like, this is business, and this is that is your personal life that you want to deal with. Personally, I'm dealing with my business life, so we have nothing in common, and the only common goal we had was to beautify the home. And now that we have done it, I think you're supposed to pay me, so that the deal is closed. And he was like, you know what, because of all the disappointments and refusing to be with me, I'm not going to pay you. And so I was like, okay, fine, well and good. You just do as your heart pleases. Yeah, and that was it. And I refused to call him ever. I refused to communicate with him, because now he has refused to pay me, and all the work I've done there with my staff and all that, it's in vain. But you know what? I said, despite everything, I'm not compromising on my principles. I'm not compromising on my dignity, not for money, not for anything. So I remember 2 weeks after, he called me and he told me, come to my office now in Nairobi, come and pick your money. And you know what? At this extent and how things are going, I wasn't sure also this could be another setup, this could be another plan. So I told him, you know what? I am not interested in that money. If you think I did not deserve it, don't pay me. But if you ever think that I deserved the money because of the good work that I did, you feel free to send to my M-Pesa or any of my accounts. I have already sent, so that we can call it off, and we can call that business. Because at this point, I cannot compromise myself, not for anything, not even that money you owe me. Yeah, and he owed me quite some money. Yeah, so, and I was ready to let that go, because you see, I didn't want to compromise on anything. So, ladies and business ladies, what am I telling you? In this life, it's good to work, it's good to do your things, it's good to do your business, and especially where it comes to business that has to do with other genders, You have to be very careful and do not compromise on anything. Your life is not worth money. Your life is not worth vacations. Your life is not worth pleasure. Yeah, just stick to your dignity, stick to your manners. And let me tell you, it gives you a lot of peace of mind. Even as you work, it gives you so much peace to know that, I have not compromised on anything to get this. So what I would love to tell you is that you stick to your principles. Yeah, if you have principles that you've set for yourself, please stick to them. So guys, that was what happened, and luckily I never compromised anything, and I felt good because I maintained my dignity for the sake of my future and for the sake of my peace. So thank you so much for watching. See you next time.